Why is it so hard to find the good stuff? Been like that for way too long. Went out looking for the new classic Thomas & Friends stuff, but instead I found the cake that will be seen at the wake. Let's do it. Warning. The warning on this video has been removed, and this video is intended for people who have a mature mindset. If you're a snowflake style of person, this video is not for you. I'm at a BigW, that's the closest one to me in Sydney, although it's a fair bit of a drive to come here. This is the Thomas toy cell. It has moved to across the aisle from where it was when I saw it just after Christmas. This is what's here available. At least it's not empty shelves, or maybe that's a bad sign. And there's something here that I've noticed. I'm not going to buy this, although if I bought it I could make a better point about it. I've got to talk all the time because there's music playing. Okay, this is metal collection, but it uses motorized rolling stock, and when the rolling stock is the right scale, it works well with metal collection. Okay, I made that point about the Percy set, the motorized set, which had the oversized mail truck, and it just doesn't work when you connect it up with metal collection. Well, maybe I should buy this now. Now I'm looking at it. No, look, I'll just put it back on the shelf. Sorry, Mattel, you didn't get a sale here, but I'm just pointing out you've got to get your scaling right. And really, I came here to find the new classic stuff. It's not here. You can see what's here. Okay, if I lift up that there, you can see what's here. Yeah, and the other curious thing I think is this is an excellent 5-pack. I call it a Demolition Wrecking Crew. Ain't got a name, okay, but this is one which I think is a must-have 5-pack. But hey, maybe you see it totally differently than me. Okay, so that's the Thomas toy sale in what I call the BigW that's closest to my place. I'd normally go in with find a bit of detail to show you what's here, but hey, there's nothing that extraordinary. There's a lot of the, I'll call it usual players are here. Okay, yeah, things like this, things like that. Okay, and I noticed this here. It says recommended retail price, basically $30 now, 10. I don't think that was ever 30 bucks. Maybe it was, hey, but I'll show you the other brands in this aisle here. Gabby's Dollhouse, I'm not going to spend too much time here. There, it's just sort of next to Thomas & Friends. And on the flip side here, this is where the Thomas cell used to be. It was this area here when I came in just post-Christmas. It's now Paw Patrol. I don't understand how Paw Patrol is still popular. I really don't. If I crawl along, we get into the Bluey stuff, okay? So Bluey would probably be, I don't know whether it's as popular as when it first started. It may be getting a little bit tired. It really all depends on the story and how it's written and how it's perceived by those viewing it. But there's a fair bit of Bluey stock here. I'll tell you something very interesting. Other people here have been looking for the Minecraft stuff, and so have I. That is the stuff related to the Minecraft movie. The only Minecraft thing I've found, it's this Nerf Minecraft Creeper Skeleton Mob Pack. Okay, it's a Nerf thing, so it's going to shoot a Nerf dart without saying the word bullet. But as for Minecraft movie stuff, vaporized. Okay, next BigW along. I have to talk loudly and proudly here because the music is blasting in here. You can see what's in the toy cell here. Quite miraculous. There's a lot of Thomas stock here. Is this stuff selling, or is it just peg sitting and shelf sitting now? That's my biggest fear. Why hasn't this sold? Okay, yeah, to me that's a buy. Okay, why hasn't this sold? What else is here? Is that there? Okay, I think there's a diesel one here. That's a bit of a bygone time diesel one there. There's that set there. If you're into diesel, maybe you get that. Very, very good 5-pack again. A lot of these here. Why aren't these selling? Okay, this is a worry. Seeing these just sitting here. Mind you, we are post-Christmas. That's what's here when it comes to motorized, normal packs, as I call it. Okay, Gordon, I've got a Thomas there. A bit of an unusual thing going on there. I don't know what that means. Indian engine, is it Ashmere? Have to pull it out to check the name. And the rest are Percy's. Okay, Perthy. Okay, up here, I really don't see this stuff selling, that style. Okay, again, I think it's disconnected from who's buying it, or maybe people are buying it online. And then we've got this here, okay. Now, there are a couple of surprise packages here. I am going to get a Bruno. And look at this here, wow, okay. That's a definite buy for me. I've just had people try to interrupt me behind, but I've had to ignore them, sorry. You know, it's weird. I started doing stuff and then people want to start talking to you. Maybe they think I'm a Mattel rep. What else can we buy in this? Look at that. Doesn't tell me. Okay, I'll be definitely buying those. What else is here on that? This is a complete peg sitter. Okay, oh, okay, there's normal, that's interesting, normal Harold. Okay, yeah, that's curious. Again, that tells me nothing. That's the big mistake. I keep saying it over and over. Thomas, yeah, Sandy the Slipper, a lot of Sandy the Slippers, okay. Perthy's there, of course. Sandy the Slipper and Perthy, yeah, very hard sells. The Thomas minis are here. They weren't in the other BigW. Look, I've really gone off the boil on these. I just think there's too much repetition going on, and there has been a little change to these. I only learned this from listening to Extreme Trains. There's a new wheel format to these, so basically it fits inside the motorised Trackmaster track, whatever you want to call that Trackmaster 2 track. It's got a freaking billion names. There's that there. Do I get excited about this, or do I just... Look, I'll be honest here, I lost interest in minis when they lost the metal piece inside, and it just became so repetitious to collect. For me, minis is a bit of a that these days. Okay, that's my report of the Thomas & Friends sell in a BigW. That's the second furthest away from where I live in Sydney. It's a fair drive for me to get home from here. I'm surprised how much stock is here. I've got to ask the questions why. I think I know why. Maybe you know why, and you can explain it in comments if ever this goes online. I'm really surprised to see this one here, okay? If I was going to get something and have it for a bit of play and also have it as an under the bed investment, I'd be thinking about this, okay? And the other one, the other obvious one in my mind, I love this 3-pack, it's this one here, okay? Why is this still sitting here? And there's multiples of them here. In fact, I think I saw the Pika one just under here. Let me just get down on the ground here. Okay, yeah, look at this. Look what's hiding underneath there. Okay, I'll do the right thing and get it into the right spot. Okay, so it belongs up here. I'm not getting paid to reformat the store. But yeah, it's worrying to see so much of this good stuff not selling. Why isn't it selling? Okay, this store does have some Minecraft stuff. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I tell you what, most other shops I go to, the Minecraft area is vacant, especially anything to do with the movie. There is a little bit of movie stuff here, but there's not much. Okay, there's this piece here. I'm not going to get too involved in this. There's one of these Jack Black as Steve. This is the strangest thing. And look, the movie's had its first weekend. It's a massive hit. Now I know. And the other video I said I couldn't call it. Okay. I don't know why people are getting this stuff. Maybe it's a big joke that I don't understand. Okay, it's a creeper there. It just looks so strange. Even the small ones look strange. The smaller version is here. Oh, there's the smaller one there. Look, there's a normal creeper. Okay. And then you've got this here. And yeah, there's only creepers here. Okay, and not many of. So part of me's thinking to grab this. They are just so hard to find. All this stuff has been run out of shops. This is a thing you cannot get. And I'm sort of thinking, wow, it would have been the biggest Christmas thing if the movie was released near Christmas, but hey, it wasn't. Maybe out on DVD by Christmas time, hey? Let's, yeah, I think I'll be getting those. That's what I've grabbed. I only got these in the nick of time. Other people are coming in looking for Minecraft movie stuff. I'm pretty sure they're flogging it online because you can't get it in shops. They're ignoring this. Okay, they're completely ignoring that. There's something about that that's not exciting. And they came up here. They left a couple of creepers here. And the range here, the skeleton is so hard to find. And the wolf. And the Jack Black. I'm telling you, it's just crazy how this stuff is popular. It was actually popular well before the movie came out. And my son pointed it out to me, hey? Maybe he knows far more about what's going on than I do. I dare say he does. I will buy these, I'm not going to shoplift them. I was just up there looking at the Thomas stuff and the Minecraft stuff. I noticed here in the Lego section there's more Minecraft themed stuff. And Minecraft and Lego have been together for a while now. And down the bottom here is a very interesting set related to the movie, a Minecraft movie. And I'm sort of thinking, considering the massive popularity of the movie on its first opening weekend, I'd be grabbing this now. If you're thinking, oh, I'm going to wait a bit later in the year and get it for a little Jilly or Johnny for Christmas, I wouldn't take the gamble, is my simplest advice. If I'm seeing it in store and it's available, I would be grabbing it now. I've always wondered how Lego would do big boned people. Well, now I understand. Okay, it's the next day. I'm up at Erina Fair. I like Erina Fair. It's north of where I live in Sydney. There's a Toymate here, but first I'm going to go to the BigW here. And BigW is a bit strange in the sense that in the part of town where I live, and maps will explain this in red circles, there's like a vacuum of BigWs. But for me to come up here doesn't take that long because there's a freeway. It's a nice drive up here. And I've always found Erina Fair to be just a great place to go shopping. Nicer people up here as well because you're out of the horrid Sydney zone, if you know what I mean. Now look, I've always lived on the northern part of Sydney, and retail in that part of Sydney has really always been a bit lackluster. That's what I found all my life anyway. It's a bit of a rainy day today, so the slip over on your backside signs are out. Erina Fair Shopping Centre covers a massive footprint. I'm after BigW, so I've got to keep going this way, and it's so much more dynamic shopping here versus Hornsby Westfield, which has become a total joke. Half the time you go there, you just see boarded up shops that have failed. Okay, I'm getting close, and in this area here, it would only be BigW and Toymate would be selling Thomas & Friends stuff these days. Okay, the toy department is here. Looks like Lego's got a nice feature area here. Now I've just got to find the Thomas & Friends stuff. In fact, I think I can see it just through there. It's in a good position. Bluey's here. Okay, here's the Thomas & Friends cell right here. Let me take a closer look. Okay, with a bit of Bluey creep going on there. This is the Thomas & Friends cell up at BigW at Erina Fair. I'm feeling a bit cheated. I'm feeling a little bit cranky. I'm not seeing what I came up here to buy. That is the new classic Thomas & Friends stuff. And down the bottom here, if I go like that, you'll see some more Thomas Boogie. Okay, I'll come in for a bit of a closer inspection, bit by bit. The $12 variants here, there's Carly's here, a number of Carly's. I noticed that Emily has slipped down. I'll do the right thing and set this all correctly. I don't think these are a big hit. That's just my gut feeling. I think the children of this age group have disconnected from the brand. That's my theory, okay? These ones here, they're $6, the single metal collection ones. I noticed, well, straight away we've got Sandy the stupid slipper. That's all we have here. So that's telling us a lot about Sandy. I've said for a while now Sandy's a peg sitter, and the new variant has this little extra safety blah blah. I dare say it's because the little scoop section is a little plastic bit that you may ingest and choke on. I'll take a look at this next. First up, what's very nice is these are on special at $16. That's a fantastic price for a 3-pack. I will be picking up some of these, as greedy as that sounds. Why are these still sitting here? I said that in the other store yesterday. Okay, we've got that there. We've got a lot of the construction crew, Thomas, Terrence, blah blah. I'm just going to lift up a few here. I have had a bit of a peek, if that makes any sense, and you can sort of see what's here. Okay, there's a bit of a bit of a history lesson here as well. And up the back here, just because you like it more when I take a look, I think. If I just say, oh, well, you know, I looked at the back and you're not going to look. That's what's here. I'm going to pick up a few of these, a few more, because I actually really like this set. I really do. Even though it's got that there. But we can fix that, can't we? Worryingly, okay, there's a lot of this here. This is a great set. It's a 5-pack with no name. There's a lot here, okay. Worrying. These ones here, the twin packs, you can see here's a nice bit of a variation thing going on here. Okay, there is a Thomas here. I always check the line work on Thomas. Actually, I should look for droopy 6s on Percy. And there's a, look, he's up the back, Nia. Maybe I'll help Nia sell. Oops, I've just dropped Percy. Just give me a sec. I've just saved Percy from a horrible event then, and I'm going to put Percy up the back because we need Nia to sell. We all love Nia, don't we? Maybe you know when I'm being sarcastic, or maybe not. Anyway, there's these here. These used to be all through Kmart back in the day. I don't really get this. I never liked this because we haven't got the right wheel configuration. But maybe variety is the spice of life. On the flip side of all that, we have the minis here. Yeah, the blind bags that are not blind anymore, but they connect into the motorised track. I nearly said It's so confusing. Trackmaster, blah, blah. Curiously, look what's here. My God, I might be walking out the store with this as well. Very hard to find Disney cars, anything. Okay, especially this variety. It's all gone to the minis version of these. And to get the nicer, larger scaled ones, they're impossible. I should just go up one here because there's one of those here. I don't think they're selling. Again, I really think it's because it's AEG, and I think the children of that age group are not connecting to that. Okay, we've had a look at that there. I'm just going to go down here and take a look at some of these other sets here. Okay, this set here, I spoke about this in the other store, the other BigW yesterday, about the scaling of this. Maybe I'm starting to feel soft on this now. Behind that one is, this is a nice looking set. It's got a nice Gordon with a nice looking face. This is metal collection, so not motorized. And this is a lot of the time I see the confusion going on when people look at this and they can't work out whether these are motorized or push along, whatever. In fact, the box on this has all been banged up. This has been a repatch. Yeah, I've just totally lost interest in that now. And there's this set here. Okay, let's see here. Okay, this one here, this looks good as well. Okay, again, it's metal collection. This is a push along toy. Again, adults look at this, they get confused. I've got to think as well. Man, it's hard these days. Oh, there's a nicer, this is the Gordon one without being smashed up. Look, I might buy that just because it looks nice, eh? What do you think? I like it, you know. I like that as well. Yeah, there you go, nice little set. I think the Gordon looks spiffo in this. Yeah, I'll probably just get it just because, yeah, to me that looks nice there. Very nice. I'm a person of a word. If I'm saying I'm going to get something, I'm going to get it. What I should point out, there's actually a good variety of things here. I'm going to reset the store nicely, of course. So, yeah, every time I've come up to Erin Affair, I always find, usually, I have to use that word very carefully, there's a fairly good selection of Thomas & Friends toys if they're in store. I will get to these soon, but as I grabbed some stock here, you know what I've grabbed? I found at the very back, this one here, the Splash Tank James. This is a fantastic looking James. It's one that I rarely see in store. Okay, so it's nice to see it here. I'm just a bit worried about whether that's meant to be a black line or not. Well, we know James should be dressed with a black line, and I can tell you something right now. This is, well, milk chocolate brown. Maybe that's why it's meant to be, but to be honest here, James needs black lines in my books. I'm going to be greedy. Hey, I'm here and I found it, so it's going into my bag as well. Okay, diesel lift and load construction set. Must be a construction thing going on with Thomas and Friends, hey? I've got that feeling, but hey, how would I know? This is quite nice. It's got a nice little custom diesel there. It's got a troublesome truck as well, but it's a troublesome truck which has got like an open side. I like them when they're just fully sided, as in conventional troublesome truck with a sort of mean face. That one has got a mean face. Diesel's face looks like that. Yeah, maybe I need to get this as well. Well, it is on special. What do you think? Should I be foolish? Of course I'm foolish. I'm going to grab that as well. That's 20% off, that's its price, and because I've taken one away, I can reset the store in a nice way, and I can put the one which has been pushed aside. Oh look, there's that set hiding behind there. I'm finding stuff now. This one is also on special, but I'm not going to get this one, okay? I'm not that big a fan of what's going on there. Oh goodness me, there's another one here as well. This is all motorized, okay? So, like I said, a lot of people get confused when they can't determine the metal collection versus motorized, because in essence, a lot of this looks very similar. That's the problem. Yeah, no. Look, I'm not a big Percy fan, so hey, they're going to stay, but I'll present them a bit forward. Actually, I've just had a bright spark. I can prove how people get confused, especially when you take a look at the back of the box. So that's motorized. Even I've got to think there for a moment. This is metal collection, or old-fashioned way of saying it is push along. And when you see that and that together, it all looks the same, and that's what's really, really confusing. It even confuses me, and if it's confusing me, wow. Imagine how poor, you know, Joe average consumer feels. But hey, don't get me started on people being confused. Down on the floor are these. There are some upstairs as well. I better show you. And there's also that bridge Bulstrode set. There's a few of them there. You just heard a child then. There's a lot of children in here today, a lot, and none of them are looking at this stuff. That's what I look at, okay? In a consumer affairs way. I'm not looking at it in any other way. That's what the back of that table thing looks like. Look, that could be the best fun you've ever had, but from what I can see, the children in store here today are not looking at this, and that is a huge problem. Okay, this top shelf here, I'm just going to very briefly talk about this. I don't see these selling, probably for the reasons I just gave. It's a talking toy, and its price is a bit high. 3 strikes and you're out. We should do it like that. 3 strikes and you're out, isn't it? That one's a tough sell. I'll go over to the Thomas cell here and just finish off in here. I'll start at the bottom without going down to Paw Patrol, which is at the very bottom there. It is a bit cleaned out now because I have purchased some stuff here. This is well stocked in my books. I'll tell you what, I've seen it far worse than this. Although to me it seems like the AEG cell is a hard sell. That's what I'm thinking. And just at the top here, yeah, we've got that bluey bleed across. And I know you'll say, oh, but you never looked at the bluey garbage truck. Okay, we'll take a very quick look. I mean, back in the good old days, I would have reviewed something like this. You know, look, it looks awesome, but if I look at something like that these days on YouTube, I'm going to get blown out of the water, okay? And sad how YouTube's turned on me. Okay, this is my bag of booty. I've actually picked up a few things. Oh, yeah. I'm probably one of Mattel's best customers. Maybe they'll thank me for that one day. Very quickly in that same store, the Minecraft area. Wow, I'll tell you what, man, well, number one, it's a mess, so that's telling me something. In relation to the movie stuff, there's just 2 of those creepers there, okay, up here, and you got to look really carefully amongst the mess. And I remember I'm after maybe another Steve, a skeleton, and oh, what was the other one? A wolf, I think, okay. Yeah, there's only creepers here. Okay, so it seems like the creepers are getting left behind. Mind you, I don't know the split of what goes into stores. Jack Black as Steve, man, that thing is freaking popular. There's a couple of zombies here, but that's the traditional look. Okay, yeah, so that's saying volumes to me seeing that. Okay, Toymate is next. If I see something really exciting in here, I'm sure I'm going to focus on it. And the Thomas area is this aisle here. Oh, hang on a second. Looks like the redback spider traps have taken over. I can see there's a lot of restocking of stuff going on here. I'm still looking for the Thomas area. I'm a bit curious, what is this stuff? What's that stuff there? Okay, but I still can't find Thomas. And so as I walk around, I see a lot of stuff for restocking in the store. That's a good sign. That means stuff is selling. I've tried the whole side of the store on this side. Okay, this used to be a Toys R Us back in the day. I'm gonna have to go into the dreaded role play. Maybe I should have come here first. Guess what? The Thomas stuff is here now. Okay, let me have a quick look what's here. Okay, I can't spend too much time here. My battery's about to go flat thanks to Crapple's upgrade. Oh, it happens every time. There's a few things here I'm going to grab, and I'm just going to focus on those. There's always good stuff to be had at Toymate. That's what I find every time. Okay, yeah, there's some very, very interesting things here. And it's the last little look we're going to take at Thomas Wooden Railway, hey? Very, very sad the way it's ended. Okay, sorry for the crappy lighting. Can't put the light on or the phone will cark it. I've never seen these before. There's a Bruno brake van color changer. It looks awesome. Never seen that in any other retail. Mind you, the footprint of retail where I live with Thomas stuff is shocking. There's diesel here. It looks awesome. Okay, I've got no idea what's going on there. Never seen this before. I don't think I've even seen people talking about these online. Do I learn anything in the back here apart from color changing? No. Why aren't I surprised? And there's this Thomas here. It's like Tron Thomas. I hope I'm saying it right there. It's very, very interesting looking. Very nice. Great face. Wow, so, okay, there was 3 of these Thomases. There's 4 of the diesel. And there was just 1 of Bruno the brake van. I'm getting all of this stuff. Okay, the Thomas 3-packs, and boy, oh boy, these have been extremely hard to find. I've only found a couple of these up to this point. I'm getting the members price here because I'm a member. There's the diesel there, diesel frosting. And this is the beauty, the wobbly cake Thomas. Okay, so now I've got multiples of these now. I may be able to review this. This is stunning. It's so hard to find. So hard to find. And I've always had the suspicion that this was possibly the 80th celebration Thomas that they've canned, because they've gone in a totally different direction. And what's good is there's a number of these here, and I'm going to be getting all of these because I think it looks absolutely awesome. I haven't reviewed this one yet because if I've only got one, I'm not going to unbox it. That's how I work. I'm sorry to sound like that, but I'll be grabbing all of these Frosty Thomases. Okay, that's just a no-brainer to me. And I am going to be greedy, and I'm going to grab all of them. I'm sorry. I'm going to be very greedy on this one. Yes, and I'll grab, there's only one of the diesels here, and I'll be grabbing diesel too. Very, very hard stuff to find, but hey, Toymate had it. I've called this one out multiple times. There are so many of these here, it's not funny. If this falls down to 50 cents, then it's a buy. But at the moment, it's holding its higher price, but I'll tell you what, just hold off and you'll get that for a much cheaper price. The thing I'm looking for, which is a classic new Thomas stuff, it sounds weird to say it like that, isn't here, but what I see here, and this is a great price for this, these are normally $12 in retailers. There's a great selection here as well. I can't look down the back of a light because my phone will just go on me, but there's a great selection here. Okay, yeah, my price, the members price is $7.59. okay, it's a little yellow ticket there, that's the members price there. That's a great price for that stuff. Maybe that's saying something about what's going on as well when you see stuff getting dumped. Before I leave this, I always noticed Kenji was a very, very popular one. It was often the one you couldn't find anywhere else. Maybe I need to get a few, hey? Strangely, the little 2-packs, there's only Percy's. There's only 3 Percy's there, which is a bit strange, okay? It's on a discount price as well. But there's one set here I remember seeing last time I was here, back when it was the old format of the store. It's this very, very strange set here. Back when, well, we had that time after Thomas Adventures, is the best way I could explain it. I think it was Thomas Metal Engine. It was so confusing, but this is like a blow-in from overseas. It's when it all started to work on one track and all coupled together at the same time. Okay, get your eyes around that there, and I'll go in on that very important panel as well. Look, it's semi-impressive, this, but I'm not going to buy it. It's quite an interesting layout. Remember, this is all, in a sense, push-along trains. You're pushing them along with your hand. I don't think the current Motorised would work here. That is AEG Motorised, because that would be a bit low. Better picture of it there. It looks too low. Okay, it was a little era of Thomas stuff that, you know, maybe we're glad it's gone. It reminds me of Thunderbirds there, with the palm tree splitting. Maybe that's where they got the idea from. It's that section there. But hey, you know, as a layout for mucking around, pushing along your trains, it's pretty good. But yeah, looking at the price there, it'd be $66.50 for my price. No, look, it's a curiosity really, that I can look at in store and just ponder, and then maybe in years to come regret that I didn't buy it. That's the last thing I can take a look at, and thanks to Apple and their stupid update that's affecting a lot of phones. Yeah, thanks a lot. I'll sneak this shot in. This is the booty I got from Toymate. What a haul. What a haul. Woo! Well, I blew up 2 days trying to find something that Extreme Trains had beaten me to it. That is the new classic Thomas & Friends stuff, and Extreme Trains is getting the rewards. I walked into my workshop and I found one of my lighting stands on the ground. I found a bulb detached from the lighting stand, and I can only think that Bubble or a possum has been in my workshop and busted up a light for me. What was that? I heard the strangest sound in here. It sounded like something in pain. Anyway, with this light here, I'll just piss it off gently. That was gently. And I'm going to do a little mini review of some of the boogie that I found, and it's sort of funky. Thomas Minis are still around. I'm a little bit surprised that they are. I was heavily into these in the very early original first series. This pamphlet shows what's available, and the other side shows that. So there's not much to... Oh, I'll try to be nice, okay? I'm trying to be nice. Straight away, and this has always been the problem with Thomas Minis, is where's the rolling stock? Okay, there's a troublesome truck here. but there's not much else to connect to your trains, and this is a very continuing theme across a lot of Thomas and Friends stuff now. Nevertheless, let's take a look at the joy of a Thomas Mini doing its thing on the turntable. Let me clean the turntable of Thomas Awesome. We are going to take a very quick look at this because I really want to see this one up on the turntable and moving soon. Okay, the Thomas Minis that I grabbed, of course there's Thomas here. I've got 3 troublesome trucks here, and if you put a light behind them, they look awesome. Maybe I should do that for you. Okay, with a fair few lights turned off and a torch illuminating from behind this troublesome truck, you can just see how fancy this looks with a bit of backlight. It's beautiful. Without getting too distracted by all the changes from version 1, the big change on this one is the way the wheels are done. It's a narrower gauge. And if I bring up one of the old classics, that's one of the original Minis, a different animal in multiple ways. It's a lot heavier. There's a piece of metal inside that. As for why, I think it was so it would play, it needed a bit of weight to work on those early play sets that Minis had, which are a bit of a dud. But looking underneath here, you can see the difference in the way the wheels are set up. There's a huge difference actually. But they've got a very low clearance where the wheels versus the underneath bit, whatever it's called, skirt, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, so that's a bit of a bugbear. I've always felt that they never have much clearance under these little Minis. But to look at visually, you know, I know which one looks better. It's this one because we've got rivet details and stuff, blah, blah, blah. It looks nicer for the fact the wheels are sitting in a bit. The earlier versions, the wheels were poking out a bit when you're looking down. I should do it like that, shouldn't I? You can see the faces then. Yeah, it's funny when you sort of look at them like that, you sort of go, okay, well, yeah, one sort of looks better than the other one. And I'm thinking it's this new variation, but we're going to give it a spin on the turntable. And looking at a Thomas Mini on a piece of Trackmaster 2 or Motorised track, as it's called now, this is the original one. It was a bit of a clunky thing because it didn't really ride the rails, although what you could do, you could run it on one side and have another set of wheels running the sleepers. Okay, it would do that in the strangest way. What's bizarre about this track system is the same as classic Trackmaster is the 2 inside rails, HOOO gauge. I think some of you may know that. So potentially the new version, unless you get the new version in that runs inside here, okay, this is the difference. It runs inside this internal piece of this track. Potentially should run on HOOO track. Maybe that's a video idea for you to get billions of views. But what I'll do is I'll connect it up to the troublesome trucks and I'll just try to get this running on the turntable. But what I've noticed is that when we get to a join, it's a bit of a hiccup moment. So there's a join in the track there, and I'm finding if you're playing like this, there's a hesitation thing there. It wants to clunk over that and not be a happy or as happy a player as what you'd like. You can see that it's getting caught up there. And now I'm okay. Just let me get it connected up to the thing that's got no name. Now, Thomas Minis, they're not powered. You've got to push them along with your fingers, but if you fancy, you can run something behind them to give them the illusion that they are moving. And I'm going to be a bit careful here in getting this done. And if I do that, if the magic happens for me, I'll have something like that running on the turntable, which is fancy because I've never seen that before. It's actually a thing of beauty. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I just want to show you what's capable of the Thomas Minis now on Trackmaster 2 track, and it's going to be a train wreck, which we like. So even in the smallest scale, in a sense, you can have a lot of fun. I've probably done a world of wonders for the sales of Thomas Minis now. Won't Mattel be thankful to me? Maybe I can put some good use to that useless wrecking ball. Let's see what happens here. There you go, the wrecking ball does work. And of course there's always one that doesn't want to play along. Amazing. It was fantastic to find duck, but this is the only duck that I found. And this is the problem with the supply chain where I live. These should be everywhere. I'm over it. I really am over the undersupply and how difficult it is to find the Thomas stuff now. It's the worst I've ever seen. This is nice, but for the fact I've only found one, I can't open this up yet, and it would be worth a dedicated review because there's some interesting things going on here. It does look a little bit AEG-ized, and AEG likes to angle things, and I can see a bit of an angle going on duck here. And the other thing that AEG does is you get the strange sort of face, in a sense the featureless face with a nose and the printed details. If I find more ducks, I will certainly come in and review duck and compare duck to earlier ducks that I've got. To find these new colour changes was awesome. I didn't find too many of them. This looks fantastic. I don't think I'll do a dedicated review on this. Hopefully someone else can do that online. I really got to be careful looking at this stuff these days because I just get smacked down by the system. I'll take a quick look at diesel as well. Okay, yeah, look, it's nice. I think they were $10. I can't remember the members price. But the colour changer stuff is always a little bit more pricey. I'll tell you what, you know, just haven't seen this anywhere else. I'm not sure how long they've been out for, and if I can do a double shot like that, you know, it's just Thomas awesome. It really does catch your eye, and it's going to look great in my collection because I collect Thomas, but I also collect diesel. Okay, the wobbly Cake Thomas, and there's a few other languages there. I was going to try to impress you with my language skills, but let's not go there in this video. It's a tricky one to find. I found one last year, and I wanted to find multiple of before I started pulling them out of box. Who knows what price it is online. When I see this, it reminds me of if you go to Photoshop AI and you type in on a Thomas, let's say if you type in icing birthday cake, you would get something like that as a result. It's a lot of fun mucking around in Photoshop, and if I wanted to, I could come in and I could take a picture of this here and I could turn that into a stack of Bitcoin if I wanted to. There was a recent thumbnail I did, and I'll just get the thing that I changed into something else. I sat that in front of a Thomas and I turned it into a troll. I don't think many people understood what was going on there because I talked about using this in the thumbnail, but then I changed it to a troll. That's Photoshop AI tools doing that. I will carefully, look, I'm not going to be crazy here because the way things are going, this might have to be resold online. It's really bad these days, unfortunately. Looks beautiful. This is the way you normally unbox stuff. Rarely seen on my channel. And I'll just try to carefully undo the other end here because, like I said, I might have to be flogging this back up online. Oh, the cake's coming apart on me. Oh, it's always going to be a sticky tape here as well. Oh, where's the military grade chicken when you want him? That's why I use that beast, because doing this conventionally is turning into a big mess. Okay, I got there. Phew. I'll do a mini in-hand appraisal here. Won't take for too long. Okay, it's nice. It really is nice. We've got a birthday cake with a 1. It's a candle 1. It's got the frosting. It's got those fickledy things. I nearly said they're not hundreds of thousands. They've got freckles or something. I forgot what they're called. The face looks like that. Maybe, I don't know. Well, you can. The face is the face. Okay, it's a Thomas face, AEG style, of course. That's the other side, and there'll be nothing on the back because that's what AEG does. Yeah, it is what it is. Maybe I will come in and do a proper review of this to get my head around it. And the rolling stock is going to be interesting. Okay, it's birthday cakes or cakes, although it looks more like a wedding cake. Maybe Thomas is going to get married. Maybe the Percy. Okay, that's flagged this video, hasn't it? Oh dear, when this gets moving, it's going to look great. I've just got this picture in my head of Thomas and Percy getting married. Very fashionable these days. I've lost half my subscribers now. I better stop, I'll get into trouble. This is the other piece of rolling stock. It's funny, I'm always bagging out these little flat wagons because they're so boring. And they're so often seen, but these have got the funky wheels. You'll see what I mean when we get up and running. Then this is the other wedding cake. Yeah, very, very bright colours, isn't it? I was gonna say, It's all very gay looking, and I'm saying gay in the nicest way, and that gay as in back when gay wasn't a distorted word as it is today. Okay, thinking old fashioned there, but let me get this up and running and connect it up on the turntable, hey? Lost a bunch of subscribers from all that blah blah, didn't I? Well, hopefully I've transformed it into an adult video, hey? Magic happens. Okay, well, I haven't seen this run yet. Let's give it a go. Let's see how it looks. I'm sure it's going to look spectacular. It does. It looks fantastic. You can't keep your eyes off that one. The cakes are wobbling. Those colours are dancing. And Thomas is going to come back the other way nice and slowly. We're going to have a nice, careful look at him. Yeah. It's a fantastic 3-set. No wonder why it's so popular. Very hard one for me to source. Just going over the back there. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, and I'm not going to shoot in slow motion because I would like to do a proper review of this. We're just having a very quick look. There's a nice look at the face. You didn't really see it in that quick in-hand appraisal. It's a very, very, very nice looking Thomas 3-set. I'll tell you, that Thomas is going to stand out really nicely in my Thomas collection. I think the cakes look fantastic as well. One last look at this spectacular 3-set before the end of the video. It is stunning. And I'm an extremely hard marker.
And needed to do a security update, and he ignored it. Well, anyway, I came into his room and I pressed yes, update. And guess what? Ever since then, his iPhone's turned to absolute crap. Its battery life is minimal. Other things on it are sluggish. He goes to make a video and the thing can barely do it. It's so funny. And he was so frustrated in store when his iPhone was crapping out because he's got an old iPhone. It's an iPhone 12. It's all about, guess what? The update's all about you getting the latest iPhone, the iPhone 25. What is it, $5,000? Something like that. I keep on top of this stuff. It's all about you going out and buying the latest thing. It's all it's about. Wake up, everyone! His iPhone 12 is now trash! And it was me who pressed the update button. Anyway, let me take a bit of a look at that beautiful, frosty Thomas. I'm going to give you my 5 cents on it. Oh, flippin' hell! That light stand is unstable! Someone's tried to wreck it previously. I don't know who that was. Anyway, let's take a closer look here. Okay, yeah, Frosty Thomas, okay. We've got some cakes there. I wonder what it tastes like. Flippin' hell, it tastes like plastic. Who's gonna buy something that tastes like plastic? Let me see if Thomas has a bit of a lick to him. Flippin' hell! It tastes like plastic as well. This is just freaking plastic rubbish! This is rubbish! 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 I don't like it! Flippin' hell, he's only got a line with that mess, isn't he? Oh, flip! I've dropped these precious Thomas wood railway Thomas! I'll have to try and pick it up. Oh, this is me! God, it's been smashed up. I wonder who did that. These elf arms are useless. Oh, my hat's come off! My flippin' hat's come off! I feel naked! Oh, I'm gonna get to that. Oh, God! He's coming! He's coming!
Okay, I heard the strangest sounds. I thought maybe a box had fallen over on a cat or something was trapped here. Oh, what has gone on here? What? That was up on the tracks. I'm sure I left it up here. And it's just been smashed. Where's the cakes gone? Okay, there's a piece of cake here, and there's another piece of cake there, but where's the rest of the cake? Wow. Oh, come on. What the hell is that there? That's a Thomas Wooden Railway Thomas. It's completely smashed up. It's just... What is this? What is that there? This wasn't here before. I mean, what is going on down here? That is completely trashed. And there's some red felt or material on the front of this as well. My God, what sort of animal would do this? Something psychopathic, that's all I know. I mean, it's completely and utterly trashed. Very disappointing. Mind you, it's the end of the line for this stuff, so maybe I'm not that upset. I think that's the missing one. That's the one that's been missing from here for some time. But it's completely trashed. Completely trashed. Let's see if it's going to run on the rails here. Oh, look at that, the wheels are frozen up. Oh. I mean, who does something like that? Yeah, this here. It looks like an elf hat. You know those Christmas elves? Without saying a certain brand? Very, very strange. Very disturbing on multiple levels. Extremely disturbing. I'm just looking here for the other piece of cake, and I've just seen another piece here. So that's one of the pieces that belongs to that there. I'm still missing, I think it's another top piece. But you know what? I'm actually fairly impressed with that. You know why? Because that's going to make an awesome Thomas in my Thomas collection. It's very customized. It's very individual. And imagine the money that would pull on eBay. Whoa, I think I've got a winner there. Looks fantastic.